You and Tupac, like, how did that whole friendship start?
Oh, man. I knew Pac for years, since the Bronx. And we linked up again during Digital Underground time. And whenever he come to New York, we would get together. So from there on, the bond just kept on growing and growing and growing. And right around the time when he was doing the Juice movie, you know, we would kick it. After he's doing the set or whatever, we'll hang and kick it. We'll go and blow some trees and talk some crap, you know, because me and Smooth still was going to the clubs and doing all that kind of stuff. So he wanted to go where all that was at. And after that, I seen him again on 145th Street in Harlem. And he was just leaning up against the wall with some dudes just hanging in Harlem. I'm like, yo, what are you doing, man? I'm going with you. He just opened the car door and jumped in. Next 2 days, we rolling. We just going everywhere. I'm like, you want to meet Vance Wright? Slick Rick, original DJ? He's like, yeah. I was like, come on. I take him to Vance's house. You know, he's happy. We bugging out. We zoning and stuff. As time went on, after all of that crazy stuff happened, I seen him again in California. What I did, I was sitting at home and I was going through a rough time. And a friend of mine told me, man, won't you go to the West Coast, man? You know those guys, you should go over there, man. I was like, yeah, but everything is going crazy right now. This coast with that coast. And, you know, I mean, I ain't involved with any of that. But he's like, that's your boy, ain't it? That's your boy. I'm like, you damn right it is. I picked up the phone, black, called 411. Anybody that don't know 411 information used to do on the phones before cell phones was rocking. So I called 411 and said, give me the number to Death Row Records. And they was like, okay. I called. Hello, Death Row Records. Hey, my name is da-da-da-da-da, and I want to leave a message for Tupac. That's it? Yeah. Hung up. 20 minutes later, looking at the beeper. Beeper, y'all. Beep, beep, beep. I'm like, 310. That's a new area code like West Hollywood. They just made that area code. Remember when they started putting extensions to the area codes? So I called like, hey, somebody page me? What's up, my nigga? I was like, yo, right now they acting like I ain't do shit here at home. He was like, get out here right now. I was like, yo, I don't have no $1,000 plane ticket. He's like, man, I don't want you to pay no fucking plane ticket. Write this number down and call right back in 5 minutes. I called back in 5 minutes. A woman answered his phone. She told me, I have 2 tickets for you, leaving JFK at 6 o'clock. It was about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I was like, hey, can we do it in the morning? She was like, okay, hold on. She switched the flight. They gave me 2 plane tickets. I left 7 a.m. the next morning, straight to LA. I get there, there's a sign with my name on it, waiting for me with a limo. I'm laughing because the last time I seen him, I was taking him with me to the wet t-shirt big booty contest in San Diego. And this was 92, the Z92, the station out there. Sometimes I Rhyme Slow was the #1 record in the country. And he just wanted to be anywhere we was at. And I got there, I got in the limo, and the driver was like, Mr. Knight wants me to know, do you want to go through the hood or do you want to go through the freeway? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, he always asks all the passengers which way you want to travel. I'm like, I don't care where they at. He's like, they're at a movie location on a set. I'm like, okay, in Pasadena. We drove, I got to the movie set. I'm like, I remember this place. I've been here before. I get out, there's a sheriff there. The FOI is there. All of these big swollen gangbanging dudes is there at the fence. So I got my bag and I got my buddy with me. I gave him another ticket. The guy who told me, won't you go out there? I was like, I'm gonna let you meet him now. He's like, cool. I had one little carry-on bag, put the carry-on bag on the table because they was like, we got to check your bags and all this. I started laughing. I'm going, oh, snap. My little man is a movie star now. This is crazy. They said, we got to take you to a holding area. Before I could get to the holding area, who come running in between the trailers? Ah! He trying to pick me up. I don't believe you came. I don't believe you came. Everybody's scared of me. Look at my little ass. Greg, what can I do to somebody? Everybody's scared of my ass. Come on, we go on the trailer. He's like, oh, man, I love you so much, and I miss you. I was like, I miss you too. He's like, how's Smooth doing? I'm like, he's okay. He's like, I want to know because I love him just like I love you. But you called me. What you got in your last album on Def Jam? I'm going to get you 50,000 more right now, right here on the road. They say we don't put out no positive hip-hop. Your music is fun. People love it. They love you in Cali. They love you in New York. Man, you know what? Let's do your first single tonight. And I'll do the hook, and we'll just bug the world out. He was like, you don't smoke no more? I was like, yeah. He's like, you don't act like it. Grab the ounce of the bud. Roll up. It was just going crazy. He's like, man, he kept looking at me going, I love you so much. I don't believe you used to let me hang out with you, man. Nobody knew me. That's why I love you, man. And from there on, man, I was there for the last 30 days of his life.
Did you guys record anything?
Yeah, we recorded about 7 records.
Okay, and was that supposed to be the One Nation project that the Tupac was doing?
Yeah, I actually helped him put that together because he thought Easy Mo B was upset with him. He thought certain people was mad at him because of the things that he was saying on records and stuff. And I told him, like, Mo ain't mad at you. He's like, he's not. I'm like, hold on, let me call him. Yo, Mo, hold up, here, talk to Pac. He's like, ah! They screaming and laughing. I'm like, see, I told you, man, your boys love you, man. He's like, I just feel bad because I know people mad at me, man. I miss New York. I want to go back. He said, I miss Puerto Ricans. He's like, I want to see a Puerto Rican. Do you know one that if just come out here, I'll fly him out there. I just got to see one. I miss going up into the weed spots. And I was like, yo, you want Primo to do some music with? He's like, yeah. I'm like, I call Primo. Yeah, you want to come and work with Pac? Yeah. I'm like, you want to get Fat Joe in it? He's like, yeah. I'll call Fat Joe too. You want that? He's like, do you know how to reach the other guy, Buckshot? I'm like, yeah. And we started doing it just like that, and it started happening, man. It was going down. He's like, I gotta fix this. I gotta fix this.
So he felt that he was responsible for the East Coast, West Coast beef, and he was trying to do things to kind of turn it down a bit.
I don't know per se if those were the words that he would use, but I guess in the whole end of it, yeah, he wanted to get it right.
Right, I mean, because he didn't have a problem with the whole coast. I mean, he had a
not
problem
at all.
with certain people.
With some individuals, yeah.
Okay, so you were there with him for the last 30 days of his life. Did you go with him to Las Vegas?
No, I actually went home. I was coming back. I had got 2 of my buddies there, my boy Asu from the Run It Down the Line song on Ain't a Damn Thing Change album, and my other buddy LS from the Rumpeltilskins. I had got them involved with the project. Once he was like, we're going to do the One Nation, I was like, well, I got some boys that's my boys. He's like, they your boys? I'm like, yeah. He's like, they your boys? Then they my fucking boys. And that's what happened. So a friend of mine worked at Uptown Records, Jimmy Jenkins, had got a label situation, and he wanted me to be on a song with one of his artists, which is a friend of mine. And I was like, all right. No, I'll fly in and I'll rock out and do the song or whatever. And I told Pac I'll be back. He's like, yo, you coming back? I'm like, yeah, man. He's like, yo, you wanna come back? I'm like, I'm coming back, man. My bags, everything is here. I'm coming back. And I flew into New York to do the song. And actually, I was doing it with Anthony Hamilton. And that was before Anthony took off. It was years before. And I stopped by Smooth's girl house to talk to him. I'm like, Pac asked about you. He's like, dog, that's dope, man. I love him and everything. So he's riding, going to a White Castle, and all of a sudden we heard the radio just go silent. I'm like, what is this about? And then you hear Angie Martinez come on crying, and we're like, what is going on? And that's when she said what she said, and we're like, yo, this is crazy. I'm like, I just came from there just now. Because every weekend, you know, everybody would go to Vegas to the club. The whole plane would go from LA to the club in Vegas. And that weekend I just so happened to go to New York.
I'm a fan of Drake. I'm a fan of the idea of Drake, so no disrespect against Drake.
What do you mean by the idea of Drake? What does that mean?
Meaning that if he has a ghostwriter, he's an idea. He's not meaning that it's a perception created that he's not really writing the lyrics, and it's just like here, let's make this in the factory and put it out.
I'm just on top of my game right now, Vlad, and I'm just getting blessed. I'm booked 4 or 5 times a week, 60, 75K a show, man. I'm winning right now, man, and I'm just steady trying to increase my hustle.